Of meteorologists tracking Tropical Storm Debby for us right now. Mike?
Yeah, and Hudson, we're thinking about you. You've been through a lot. You've been through too much over the last year. So this is not going to be like a Dahlia, but you are still going to have a storm surge. In fact, looking at the latest tides and when you can see the highest water. Well, first things first, we look at the radar, looking at Newport Richey. There's up Highway 19 Hudson, the coastal areas up to Hernando Beach. So these areas still looking for that surge, mainly between 2 and 4 feet. And based on the latest models we're seeing here, if you're in Hudson, it looks like the highest water or the surge would likely come with the high tide overnight tonight. So I've got that high tide at 2:50 a.m. and then those waters will stay high during the day tomorrow, but slowly come down. So it looks like tonight into first thing Monday for the highest of the waters. Okay, and as far as the rainfall, even though it's quiet right now in Hudson, by the time we head into later this morning and high noon toward lunchtime, yes, here comes the rain in a big way. Some feeder bands will be back into the area. So as we take a look at the very latest satellite radar composite, quiet now, but we are watching some big changes because we've got Tropical Storm Debby with 60-mile-per-hour winds moving off to the north right now with that pressure falling at 1,001 millibars. So north-northwest to be official at 13 miles per hour. Thunderstorms starting to really fire up around the center, an indication of an intensifying storm. So what does this mean for storm surge? Well, that track is everything. So notice there's that surge for most of us at 2 to 4 feet. That 6 to 10 foot surge will be up toward Appalachia Bay near the landfall tomorrow morning. All right, so the high tide times, even though you see Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, I think we're going to be okay with the afternoon tide. It's from noon at Clearwater to about 3 o'clock in Tampa. It's the overnight tides tonight we're watching into tomorrow, and I extend that all the way up to Hudson and areas of Crystal River. And you can see why. We're seeing that offshore wind continue throughout today. We're still going to see some gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour, but once that wind turns onshore, which would not be until later today, especially this evening and overnight tonight, that's when we'll start pushing some of that water our way. So we'll keep an eye on that for you, of course. And of course, we also have not just the surge threat and the rain, but the severe weather threat. So we got meteorologist Amanda Pappas here. And Amanda, boy, we've been through some storms together and we got another one, but hey, we're going to get through this just fine, right?
We're going to be completely fine, and I'm happy to be here with you, Mike, and happy to be with you too. We're going to continue to keep you informed, prepared, and connected, and most importantly, safe and calm. So as you're waking up, everything is normal. Everything's pretty dry, like Mike was showing you. However, conditions will rapidly deteriorate, especially heading into the afternoon and evening hours. So we're looking at the severe weather outlook for today. What is that? Well, it talks about our tornado threat. So we're at a level 2 out of 5 to see severe weather, and that's for our entire area. The primary threats are isolated tornadoes and those big old bands of rain that we see with this system, and that threat comes between 2 to about 10 o'clock tonight. I got off the phone with the National Weather Service a little bit ago, and we were just comparing notes and talking about models and talking about the timing exactly for you. And we continue to see that realistically this system is going to be just parallel to us between about 4 to 6 p.m. So this is 5 o'clock. You can see the eye just parallel to Tampa Bay, and that means that's going to be the time frame that we have to see those isolated tornadoes really pop up, especially where you see all that red embedded inside that one band that's very close to that eye. So that band's going to come on over us. You can see this is 8 o'clock tonight. We're still dealing with heavy amounts of rainfall, gusty winds, and those isolated tornadoes. As the system moves away from us, our tornado threat will diminish. However, we are still left behind with a lot of rain. We're still going to see a lot of rain even into tomorrow morning and afternoon. The system is forecast to make landfall along the Big Bend region of Florida between 6 to 7 a.m. on your Monday morning. Don't worry, I'm going to have you covered along with Mike tomorrow as well. We're going to be covering it for you along with Bobby and the rest of the weather team. But talking about impacts starting today at 11 a.m., 12, we do see Citrus, Hernando, Pasco County, winds, rain, surge 3 to 5 feet. The rain's going to be the worst there, up to 12 inches potentially. Pinellas, Hillsborough impacts, again, those gusty winds, 40 to 50 miles per hour. Surge a little less, 2 to 4 feet for you. And then we do see that rain is going to be anywhere from 5 to 10 inches. Those winds are going to really pick up, especially after 1 to 2 o'clock this afternoon. Conditions deteriorate from noon up until noon tomorrow. So that's why we have a weather impact alert day, both for your Sunday and half of your Monday, and then we return to normal for the rest of your 7-day forecast.